What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the massive new roadmap and surprises with Season 2 of Call of Duty Vanguard, a big turnaround for the game, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And today was my 5-year anniversary with Amber, so that's why this video is a little bit late. But hey, at first I was like, hold on a second, what are the odds that on my anniversary we get all this marketing? And of course that's my luck, but not a problem at all. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but some very curious and spicy individuals over on Twitter did find early references to what could be Snoop Dogg coming to Call of Duty Vanguard. And I'm like, hold on a second, is this like Call of Duty Ghost, where we're gonna have him as an announcer? Could he even be a playable operator in Vanguard? We're just not sure right now, and could even be Season 3 or beyond when we finally see this release. But if we're gonna bring that up real quickly, since apparently the fan favorite Snoop Dogg is coming back to Call of Duty, which I'm excited about. So, you know, I love Call of Duty Ghost, goated game by the way, and that's a bit of a hot take, but I definitely appreciate them looking back at things that did work for that game and bringing them into some of the newer releases. But we then have the release of the Season 2 intro cinematic cutscene, as you guys can see on screen, and we're not going to be getting a Season 1 outro cutscene like we were getting for Cold War, right? Because Cold War released intro cutscenes and outros, but Vanguard's probably taking another page out of the Modern Warfare book where we only got intro cinematics. Now, it does look like, at least to me, that Butcher is still narrating the story about what happened before the events of the Vanguard campaign to Mason and his crew, since, in case you guys didn't know, everything happening in the post-launch story for Vanguard takes place before the Vanguard campaign. So I'm just gonna assume every single season going forward we'll get introduced to a brand new task force that Butcher put together for certain missions, and I guess whatever he found over in Caldera with that secret bunker underground led him to the Alps, as he said here in the cutscene. So maybe by Season 6, Task Force Vanguard, the crew that we're supposed to care about from the campaign, will end up meeting all these new characters that we're seeing throughout this post-launch cinematic story. I'm assuming that's what's going on, but I would hope to see maybe by Season 6, Butcher completing his story that he's telling Mason and his crew, and maybe it'll lead to something very spicy for the next Black Ops game in 2023. I have a theory that maybe Butcher comes across a World War II era Reznov and tells Mason about this, and to Mason's surprise, he'll be like, oh, you know, Reznov never told me that, and maybe Butcher will end up saying, you know, Reznov lived, right? That would be a major plot twist if Mason finds out this bombshell from Butcher that Reznov did survive the events of Vorkuta. How crazy would that be? Maybe Butcher knows more about Reznov than meets the eye, if that's the story they want to go with here for the future of Vanguard. But other than that, it was a beautiful cinematic, and it just feels like the story as of right now for the post-launch is a bit incoherent in comparison to the way the post-launch story worked for Cold War. But I'm not trying to sound like a Cold War fanboy for this video, even though you guys know I am one. But we then have the beautiful roadmap for Season 2, as you guys can see. And here's the thing, it's a bit of a unique take on a roadmap, but different from what we're accustomed to. There's a lot of content on here, and I can't complain about that. A lot for day 1 of Season 2 for Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies. And we can see our operators there on the right, and it is a fair amount of content. So taking a look there at Warzone, we have new map locations for Caldera, Rebirth's getting some updates, we got more game modes, another vehicle there, a search and deploy event. So some really cool features that you guys probably are familiar with from other battle royales are making their way into Warzone Pacific. I'm looking forward to that. And as you can see for multiplayer, we got 2 new maps there available on day 1. We got ranked play, which is set to be in beta, and we're supposed to be getting a live stream from Terra at some point later this week to talk more about how the competitive aspect of Vanguard is going to work. We also have the arms race game mode with motorcycles and tanks, and that's probably the ground war fire team equivalent that we're going to end up getting for this game. That's coming later in season. We also have a Valentines Day event there at the bottom, so I'm excited about a new vehicle there, and zombies is looking really, really juicy, as we're going to talk more about deeper into this video. A brand new map available day 1 of Season 2, which is crazy, featuring a new enemy, new arenas. We have some wonder weapons there, the main quest available for this new map. It looks like Anfang's not getting a main Easter egg after all, like we all thought, but we'll talk more about that later. And of course, we have the new artifact, new ally, and then of course our new DLC weapons. We have some new bundles there. That bundle looks pretty crazy, by the way. The Mecha Menace kind of reminds me of the aesthetic for a ray gun or whatnot, so looking forward to what that is. But hopefully we get some better bundles throughout the rest of Vanguard's life cycle. But now moving on to the release times for Season 2. I'm a bit confused about this myself, but as Charlie Intel confirmed over on Twitter today, the Season 2 update deployment times are as follows. For Vanguard specific, it'll be live February 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is also 12 p.m. p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. UK. But then the Warzone update won't go live until Season 2 actually begins on February 14th, 9 a.m. Pacific, which is also 12 p.m. Eastern. So here's the thing, right? The Vanguard update goes live much sooner than the Warzone one, and it's also going live many days before the season even starts, so that could raise some problems, right? People out there data mining information early, spoiling certain surprises, or even, just like we saw with Season 1, content could end up becoming playable as soon as this Friday and throughout the weekend before the season officially starts this Monday. Now, yeah, the more the merrier, right? If content goes live early, we're going to be happy about that. Who's complaining about early content? Nobody is, but it does make it a bit difficult for content creators and anybody out there to kind of plan their day around the launch of this DLC, or to put a stream up for that matter. So I might go live this Thursday just in case if content becomes playable. Maybe the patch goes live this Thursday for certain people and then content magically becomes unlocked by Friday. It's a bit unclear right now. I'll keep you guys posted with exactly what's going on with the launch of this new DLC, but hopefully everything is more organized than it was for Season 1, because Season 1 was a bit all over the place, where they said it was coming out at a certain time, but then 2 days prior to that, people were already playing all the new content in private matches, even in pubs. It was really, really weird how that all worked, but that's what's going on right now for Season 2. But taking a look at the juicy blog posts we got for the upcoming season, starting off with multiplayer, of course. So we have 2 maps coming at launch, Casablanca and Gondola. Funny enough, people out there were actually getting into random lobbies recently and seeing these maps pop up, which was a mistake, of course, but I thought Casablanca was just going to be a code name or some early name for a map, but not the official name, but we'll take it, right? It stands for White House, so it's not exactly the White House over in DC, but I guess close to it, right? And they're both going to be 3-lane maps, which is great. These maps do look good, and I'm happy that they're not just some areas ripped out of Caldera, because that's kind of what happened with Modern Warfare's post-launch season, where we ended up getting a bunch of areas cut off from Verdansk and thrown into 6v6 multiplayer, which is fine every once in a while, but, you know, take a note from how Black Ops Cold War worked, where they didn't just rip areas from Fireteam, put them into multiplayer, they still brought us some unique experiences. And with the way that they're mimicking just how Modern Warfare did things, I'm hoping that Vanguard kind of strays away from that and does its own thing throughout the rest of this year, especially when it comes to the story, right? Because Modern Warfare's post-launch story was a bit incoherent as well, just random things thrown together for the post-launch cutscenes, and it wasn't really a smooth story like we got for Black Ops Cold War. So hopefully Vanguard does things a lot better. And with that, we also have patch notes coming soon, as confirmed earlier today, probably by the end of this week, detailing us with what's going on over in Vanguard multiplayer. But we also got confirmation of a ball turret gunner kill streak, which is going to be making a return from World War II here into Vanguard. We also have a new sticky bomb lethal equipment, which might be frustrating, right? Where's the trophy system at? We need a trophy system added to Vanguard. It's getting way too frustrating at this point with all different types of equipment, the fire, the explosions. It gets crazy. We also have a new armory perk, which is a counter to engineer. Then we're getting a mechanic perk, which will be a buff to field upgrades and their recharge time, which I guess is cool, right? Quality of life improvements. And I'm happy about little updates like this with extra perks and little equipment, because it was like in Black Ops Cold War, where we got DLC kill streaks every season. It just adds more fuel to the fire, more replayability to the game itself, and gives us something new to grind for, something new to actually experiment with and get some higher killed gameplays with. So I'm happy about that. We also have confirmation of the arms race game mode, which, like we said earlier, is going to end up being the equivalent of ground war or fire team for this game. And vehicles like motorcycles, transport vehicles, and tanks will be playable here in this experience. But if you guys are wondering, what map are we going to be playing arms race on? Because what map in game right now can fit all these bigger vehicles? Well, here's the thing. It looks like we're getting a separate map just for this mode, and it'll probably be the same size as a fire team map from Cold War. But we don't have an official image of the map just yet. However, an early image popped up not too long ago showing us all different points of interest that'll be in this bigger experience. And I believe the Flak Tower map, or was it Flak Cannon or Flak Tower? I forgot the name of that from World War II, is going to make a return into this ground war experience. So it's going to be a larger scaled map, similar to ground war and MW or fire team from Cold War. Been on the lookout for that one, but that'll probably be dropping close to the mid-season update in Season 2, hopefully even sooner than that, but that's a bit unclear as of right now. We also have 4 new DLC weapons, as you can see, the K6 M40 Assault Rifle and the Whitley LMG, day 1 through the Battle Pass, of course. So we got a clean look here at some of these weapons. We got a nice look at some of the new skins also coming with the Battle Pass and probably future bundles. So hopefully the skins are a lot better in this season than they were in Season 1. I haven't been too on board with the blueprints, a couple of the mastercrafts. The tracers don't work all that well, so hopefully the in-game store does work a lot better in future updates for the game. Now in season, we're also getting the Ice Axe, which you can use as a melee weapon or even a weapon that you can throw at enemies, which is awesome, right? It's kind of the first of its kind, right? A melee weapon that you can actually throw at people in game. Don't think we've got that before in Call of Duty multiplayer. We also have the Armaguerra 43 SMG coming later in Season 2. Both of these last weapons here are going to be available through challenges or bundles, whichever you guys choose. So that's great, right? 4 weapons coming here in Season 2. But now when it comes to the good stuff with zombies, right? Everybody's favorite game mode in Vanguard, we have a new DLC map. So DLC 1, so to speak, Terra Maledicta. I probably said that wrong, but it does stand for Cursed Earth or Earth Cursed. I think it's translation from Latin. And as they said, Professor Kraft and his special forces will have established a beachhead within the Dark Ether in the fight against Von List. They'll risk everything to obtain a lost page from the Tome of Rituals, and this map has the same structure as Anfang though. Don't forget that. It's a hub in the middle and then portals you can jump through to get to other areas, or other arenas I should say, in this experience altogether. So it's like Anfang Part 2, but hopefully a lot better than the first one. And it looks like we're done with Anfang, if I'm gonna guess, right? Because other arenas, or I should say other points of interest in Anfang were found as of recently. Those might still come out according to various data miners and scoopers out there, but as of now, according to this roadmap and blog post, we seem to be done with Anfang, at least for right now. So maybe we'll return to Anfang in a couple of months with a super Easter egg reward where we can actually free Kraft from behind that door, because we didn't free him yet. He's still there. So it's unclear if we have to go to other maps first, acquire other pages from the Tome of Rituals, and then go back to Anfang to rescue him. That might be the case, but if that is the case, then why is it Vanguard Zombies getting a super Easter egg before Cold War ever did? That's kind of a bit of a weird thing to me. But let me know how you think about that down below in the comments. But we also get the confirmation here that the main quest releasing in Season 2 isn't for Anfang at all, but it's for Terra Maledicta. So I don't think anybody expected that, but hey, can't complain. Hopefully it's a good quest. And on this map, we're going to get introduced to Zabala the Deceiver, who's going to be a new enemy that we'll see during the higher waves, and will also make an appearance in higher waves of Anfang as well. So I got a nice image there of her on screen so you can see. Now we have the new artifact, Verkana the Last, which is going to be Healing Aura. We were all speculating Healing Aura or Toxic Growth, something that was green over in Black Ops Cold War. We weren't sure what it was going to be, but there were some hints towards Healing Aura, which is great. So Tier 1, the base ability, will allow you to instantly heal yourself and allies to full health. Tier 2 will knock down normal enemies and stun specials nearby each player. Tier 3 will revive all downed allies. Tier 4 will revive allies and allow them to get their lost perks back, which is a great feature, by the way, Jesus Christ. And Tier 5, last but not least, the life energy persists at each player's location for 10 seconds and continues to heal and revive players. So this is a really useful sounding field upgrade, or artifact I should say. I'm looking forward to this, especially for some of you players out there that do go for high rounds. And next up we have a new covenant, Artifact Ward. So there's 3 abilities with it, of course, or 3 rarities I should say. First off, rare, being hit by a melee attack from the back has a chance to trigger your artifact automatically. We have epic, being hit by melee from the back has a higher chance to trigger your artifact. And then legendary, last but not least, being hit by a melee attack anywhere has a higher chance of deploying your artifact. So here's the thing about this, right? This might get annoying for those out there that want to save their field upgrade and are better off just saving it for when they need it. But I guess it's good for some of those really high waves where you're getting hit everywhere and you just can't control what's going on. Then it'll be useful. But I definitely feel like a lot of skilled players out there won't want to use this because they don't want to end up wasting their field upgrade just because they got hit from the back, right? So I'm not sure how this is going to work out with the community, but we'll just have to wait and see. And they also confirm a new objective is being added in, the 6th objective, known as the Sacrifice. So Siphon Cores will suck the essence out of surrounding zombies, but your goal is to prevent the Siphon Cores from absorbing these zombies, since once they actually absorb the essence of the undead, they'll spawn in more zombies around you, which makes this objective a lot more difficult. So the goal is to prevent the Siphon Cores from absorbing any of the essence, excuse me. And the main quest on Terra Maledicta will require us to get a special shield and find the missing page from the Tome of Rituals. So this map seems to be action-packed. I'm hoping that the hunt lasts a couple of hours. People aren't complaining afterwards about how short the quest was, and I'm hoping that it's more than like 2-3 steps. Hopefully it's like maybe 6 or 7 steps. That would be ideal, because right now the prologue over in Anfang is only like, what, 3 steps total, not even? And that's all we're really getting for Anfang as of right now, so that's going to be it. Now, we also have confirmation of side Easter eggs returning in the form of Origins Digging. Fans of the fan favorite map from Black Ops 2 are going to love to hear that you can actually find a shovel here in Terra Maledicta, and you can actually dig up different items throughout the map, and the more you dig, I guess the better rarity loot you'll get, and there'll probably be some surprises in there the more that you dig in some of the higher waves. They also confirmed some new wonder weapons coming to Vanguard zombies with this update. We have Decimator's Shield, which does look cool. Hopefully it's not just shield with a fresh coat of paint on it. Hopefully it actually does something. Not many details were provided in the blog post about what this does. And we also have the classic ray gun. So it's kind of silly that it took this many months to get a classic ray gun added to the game, but as a reminder for you guys out there, I know server pause still wasn't mentioned at all today, but it was mentioned in a previous 115-day blog post. Treyarch's dealing with the Modern Warfare engine for the very first time, so it's not been easy for them to adapt and to just add things over that were in older Black Ops games here to Vanguard. I get it, it's frustrating. You pay $60 or more for this game, you're expecting a finished product, but don't blame Treyarch, blame people that are above their pay grade who are making these decisions to release content when it's not ready, or to release games when they're not ready for that matter. So hopefully Treyarch does get more time with the Modern Warfare engine to possibly prepare for using it in Black Ops 2023. We're just not sure. We also got confirmation of a Valentine's Day update, as you guys can see. A really cool looking skin there on the roadmap. We got a full HD image of that here on screen. And I guess everybody's grandpa who served in World War II probably saw this guy running around on the battlefield, right? You guys know what I mean. And like I said before, I don't really care about historical accuracy. I don't think you guys do either. I think the more the merrier when it comes to goofy things like this. We care about fun and core gameplay versus realism and historical accuracy. That's kind of my observation of the COD community over the past couple of years and kind of what everybody wants. They confirmed double XP opportunities and thematic changes everywhere around certain maps in game here for Vanguard. So I guess this is good. I wasn't expecting Season 2 to drop on Valentine's Day, but for those out there that don't have dates and are feeling down bad or just want to play some Call of Duty, here you have it with a brand new Valentine's Day event, right? Hopefully we get a cool St. Patrick's update in the future, similar to the one we got for World War II. Now, we do have some really cool things also coming to Warzone Pacific, so people might get frustrated. Be warned, they might get frustrated with some of these updates coming out. So first off, the Nebula 5 ammo type is getting added into Warzone, which will be a field upgrade you could find on the ground. And these bullets will do more damage than regular bullets, of course, while enemies who are downed by Nebula 5 will emit a gas cloud next to them, making it very hard for allies to go ahead and revive them. So you're only going to get one clip of Nebula 5 ammo when you pick up this field upgrade, so it should be balanced, but might get as frustrating, if not worse, than stopping power rounds from back in the day. So we'll see how that works. We also have Nebula 5 bombs getting added into Warzone, which will feature a briefcase full of Nebula 5 gas, and once you put it down, you can't disarm it. It'll just go off when operators walk by it, and it'll again emit some gas, and similar to the final circle, or any circle for that matter, they may also attack you throughout your game. It'll just make you choke. Hopefully you have a gas mask, but that's going to be crazy. Now, they also confirm as a bit of a counter to the Nebula 5 additions, a portable decontamination station, which is a portable device that filtrates the air and protects anyone, from circle collapses or Nebula 5 gas. So you guys know they weren't going to just add in Nebula 5 gas in the form of those bombs or, the bullets if they're not going to add in a counter alongside that. So at least we're getting these little filtration systems you can find and bring around to help your allies. So they can be destroyed, but I would recommend keeping one on your back just in case if you come across some Nebula 5 here in your match of Warzone. But we then have armored trucks that are being added to the map, which can drop mines behind them. I guess that's kind of annoying, but you could destroy these trucks, which might take you a while, in which you'll then get some high rarity loot and Nebula 5 bombs upon doing so. So I guess that's cool that they're giving you a reason to use the truck and also a reason to destroy the truck if you so please. Now, they're also adding in bomber planes, but they did confirm to everybody's excitement they are going to be nerfing the health of all planes in Warzone Pacific, which is fantastic. Bomber planes can destroy vehicles and even loadout drops, so these might get annoying, but if they're going to nerf the health of all these planes, maybe you'll be able to shoot them down pretty quickly with an LMG or a rocket launcher, whatever your preference actually is. Now, we also got confirmation of a new point of interest coming to Caldera, the Chemical Factory, also featuring underground research labs. Looks like a pretty big area in my opinion, so I'm looking forward to exploring new areas of Caldera whenever this does release. It should all be day one, of course, but you never know. We could get delays. Things happen, right? It's Call of Duty, of course. But they also mentioned redeploy balloons, which is a really important feature in my opinion, allowing you to get back into the sky to get somewhere that could be far away. So I know things get frustrating when you can't find a vehicle or you have to run for miles and miles to get where you need to go. And redeploy balloons allow you to just attach yourself and it'll just shoot you into the sky, allowing you to, again, just pretend like you just spawned in again, so you can go ahead and parachute whoever you got to get over on the map. Now last and definitely not least, we have Rebirth Iron Trials finally coming to the game. That's been a massive request from the community who are fans of sweating out on Rebirth, and it's confirmed it'll feature exclusive Cold War weaponry, so won't be able to use any Vanguard or Modern Warfare weapons according to this blog post. They also mentioned a big mid-season update coming for Rebirth, which is cool, so maybe at some point in the future they end up replacing Rebirth with a similar sized map, but one that fits World War II better, like Hashima Island. That can probably happen in a future season, but for right now, seems like we're going to be getting a very interesting and spicy update to Rebirth during Season 2 Reloaded, and I kind of get the hint that it'll be zombies, right? It mentions something lurking in the shadows over on this map, and we'll probably hear more about that at some point in the next month or two, but yeah, we all saw zombies in Verdansk. We'll probably end up getting zombies in Terra at some point. Why not Rebirth? I think it makes perfect sense, so we'll see when we end up getting that. But they also confirmed a crazy good update here. Gas mask animations will no longer interrupt operators when they're aiming down sight. My god, I thought that was coming with the launch of Warzone Pacific, but it didn't. So finally, we're going to be seeing that in Season 2. And also, they mentioned Caldera Clash coming to Warzone Pacific, featuring 2 teams with 48 players each. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on everything that got revealed for Season 2 of Vanguard thus far? Are you excited with this roadmap? Are you pleased with the blog post? Maybe we'll get a gameplay trailer over the next couple of days, kind of giving us a better glimpse as to what this content is like. But so far, it looks like a really good turnaround for multiplayer, for zombies, Warzone Pacific. I'm excited for this. I'll be streaming, I guess, this Thursday, just in case if content becomes playable early, but I'll for sure be streaming on Monday as well with the official start of this new season. Really hope you enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.